set. If you don't see any of this, don't bother spending your money. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl again, Niella Obijiaku, and we are back with another video. So today's video, just as the title says, I'm going to be talking about makeup brushes, and I'm going to be telling you the only makeup brushes you need to do your makeup. If you're seeing my face for the first time and you're yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd love you to click that cute red button that says subscribe to my channel while you're turn on the bell so you don't miss any new video whenever it goes live on my channel. And if you're an old subscriber, thank you so much for sticking with me to this present time. You guys are the realest MVPs. So guys, let us get into today's video. So I remember in one of my videos when I talked about five makeup products or items I can't live without, and I made mention of brush set, and one of my subscribers is Gladys, and she said that I should please try and do a video where I'm talking about these makeup brushes so that you guys can know what I'm talking about. So thank you so much for inspiring this video. Even if I'm recommending makeup brushes to people, maybe they come to me for help or for consultations and I'm recommending makeup brushes, I always tell them that whenever they're going to buy any makeup brush sets, they should ensure that they find this and that kind of makeup brush in that brush set. If you don't see any of this, don't bother spending your money. First brush I'm going to be talking about is going to be the powder brush, and the powder brush is usually like this, and we all know what we use the powder brush to do, just like the name says. So it's just to apply powder. Ensure that when you're buying a powder brush, it is full and fluffy so that it can distribute your product evenly. I don't know, it doesn't really make sense buying a powder brush that is small, like you're going to waste a lot of time. So with this now, I know that I can cover a really large amount of area on my face against using a very tiny makeup brush. And make sure the brush set is really soft so that it can pack up products the way you want it, and it gives you a really nice feel when you're using it to apply your powder. The next brush I'm going to be talking about is foundation brushes, and they are different kinds of foundation brushes. So this is the generic foundation brush. So this is how the generic foundation brush comes. It usually comes this, the brush is flat and you know it is tilted or tapered to, you know, one particular position. This helps you apply your foundation really flat, especially the tip here helps you to reach under your eyes. But I also want to advise that if you know you're in a hurry and you know your flat foundation brush isn't original, well, let me not use the word original. If the flat foundation brush isn't soft, if the bristles are really hard, when you use foundation brushes, flat foundation brushes that have really hard bristles, it's going to leave streaks. It's going to leave lines on your face. So ensure that whatever foundation brush, if you're going to be using a flat foundation brush, make sure the bristles are soft, and it's not something that is going to, you know, swallow up products. It's also going to distribute products evenly on your face and not to leave streaks or lines on your face. Another one you can use to apply your foundation is the regular beauty sponges, and we all know how they look like. The trick to this is when you're going to be using beauty blenders or blending sponges to apply your foundation, ensure that you wet the beauty blenders or your blending sponges for a very smooth, flawless foundation finish using your beauty sponges. Please ensure your beauty sponges or beauty blenders are damp. Another brush I want to talk about, and this is the brush that I love to use, is buffing foundation brushes. So these brushes helps to buff your foundation in and also blends it while you are applying. So it's doing like a two-in-one job at the same time. I know some people still use this kind of brushes and still go in to use a beauty blender just to, you know, ensure that everything is even, but most times I don't even do that. I just feel it's too much stress. If I can use this, and again, I just feel it depends on the application and also the kind of skin you have. Most people who have acne prone skin tend to use beauty blender a lot, so the product settles on their skin and doesn't enter into their pores or into fine lines and stuff like that. But I use this brush, and while I use it, while using it to apply, I also ensure that it is blending, you get, so it's a two-in-one kind of thing. So you can use this brush. There are also foundation brushes, there are also stippling brushes that you can use to apply your foundations. I've never owned any stippling brush before, and I don't know if I am going to be purchasing anyone in the future, maybe in the next 3 years, I'm not sure. But there was a time stippling brushes were a thing, like every makeup and beauty enthusiast had stippling brushes, but I will still choose this over stippling brushes. This is my own opinion. The next brush I'm going to be talking about is spoolie and a flat angled brush. So this spoolie, just, or mascara wand as some people may call it, because it actually looks like the wand you find in mascaras. So they usually come this way, and this is supposed to help you brush your brow hairs in place, you know, when you need to groom them, you need to trim them, you need to carve them. And also it can help you take off excess mascara clumps from your lash, and also help you to reduce the amount of pencil shade on your brows. Maybe you used a lot of pencil and your eyebrows are beginning to turn blacker than, you know, darker than it's actually supposed to be, because you shaded your brows with pencil. You can use this while you're using it to brush your hairs in place. You can also use it to reduce excess brow pencil on your brow hair. Then the angle brush is supposed to help you define your eyebrows, define and sculpt your eyebrows. Supposed to help you define and sculpt your eyebrows. They're usually flat and they are tilted to one side. I have seen people who don't use this regular angled brushes to do their brows. They use like straight flat brushes that are flat and just have a straight, you know, top, rather than an angled tip, a straight tip rather than an angled tip. But either ways, ensure that whatever brush you're using, it's flat and it can give you a precise line and a precise and defined brows. There are also angle brushes that comes in 2-in-1 with a spoolie, and they are usually this way. So you can, if you find this in the store, you can purchase this to save yourself having too many brushes at the same time. The next brush I want to talk about is two flat eyeshadow brushes, and I can remember I mentioned two flat eyeshadow brushes. Why? One, so that you can use one to do lighter colors and you can use the second one to do darker colors. And these are what my eyeshadow brushes are looking like. They are really flat and they can help me reach my eyelid. So even if I'm doing makeup professionally on a client, I know that this can guide me. They are not too fat and they're not too thin. So even if you have thin eyelids, I think this will work if you use it with control. So these are two flat eyeshadow brushes, and I've already mentioned the reason why having two flat eyeshadow brushes is important. Because the day you decide to do a black smoky eyes and you forget to wash your brushes, which that's not a good thing, and the next day you have a wedding to attend and you feel like wearing like a gold eyeshadow, and you go and reach in for your the brush you use for your smoky eyes to do a gold eyeshadow, there's no how the makeup is going to come out well. Trust me, it is not going to come out well. The next makeup brush I want to talk about, I can't remember how many I have done, are eyeshadow blending brushes. So some people may not really feel that this is important for their personal makeup brushes, but trust me, you need to blend those harsh lines around your crease lines. Yes, you need a different brush to blend out harsh lines, because you cannot be wearing eyeshadow shades like the way we used to wear it in 2000 or in 2012 or in 2011 in 2020. Sis, no, don't bother wearing. Don't bother wearing. So I have different kinds of eyeshadow blending brushes, and as well as crease brushes. This is the regular one I like to use. I would always recommend this one because it is soft. It is also, you know, pointed, and it can reach even the tiniest of eyelid, and it also blends in nicely. I also recommend this. This is a very smaller, fluffier eyeshadow blending brush. This can also help you reach the tiniest of all creases and blend your eyeshadow well. I recently got this brush from Shein, and this is like a defined crease brush. So this brush is just, it's not fluffy, it's just there, like it's straight, let me put it that way, and it just helps to distribute products on your crease. So it's not blending, it's not doing anything. The job is just to help you apply products on your crease. And you can also have a fluffier eyeshadow blending brushes. So most times I juggle between all of them, but as a personal makeup, for your personal makeup brush kit or brush set, you only just need one, and I would recommend this one because it's not overboard fluffy just like this one. So if you're doing makeup, for your own self, and you don't really know how to, some people who know how to do makeup really well on their selves, and they can work their way around using different brushes as they wish. But if you're a beginner, I would advise you to go for this brush. It's not too straight, it's like you can easily use it to blend. The next brush I want to talk about is a fan brush, and most brush sets actually come with fan brushes, either big or small ones, but I think lately they've only been putting the smaller fan brushes in there, just like this brush set I got from Shein. I have a fan brush I used to use back in the days, but I decided to get a new one, and it's usually like this. The only purpose of this for me is to apply highlighters on the highest point of my face, that is all. And I know sometimes you want to glow extra than you would normally glow on a regular day but this is just to help you apply highlighter, so those highlights you find on the highest point of your face, your forehead, your chin, and the bridge of your nose. This brush does the trick. Next brush I want to talk about is blush brushes. Some brush set actually comes with blush brushes. Why I would recommend blush brushes is if you are becoming a makeup enthusiast, or if you know how to do your makeup probably not for professional use, but these blush brushes, I double them as a contour brush. Yes, I double them as a contour brush, as I hardly wear blushes these days on myself, and for my clients I usually ask them if they want blush. So but give or take, this is the brush I use. This brush is from Juvia's Place. Is one of their first brushes ever. Like when they started producing makeup brushes, this was how their brushes usually comes in, and I got this for free in one masterclass I attended in 2016. And blush brushes are usually like this, full and slanted to one side. But the only blush brush I have seen isn't slanted to one side is the blush brush from Real Techniques, and I have heard a zillion and one good things about it. But why I still stick to this one is, rather than buying a different contour brush, I can use this to do my blush and my contour at the same time. Last but not the least is any other smaller brush you can use to apply concealers, or you can use as a lip brush. These are the last brushes I think, or this is the last brush I think you may find in your brush set, and sometimes you may not really know what to do with it. Just like this one, this is actually an angle brush, but sometimes I double it as a lip brush. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you would like more questions, please drop them in the comment section below. I always reply comments. Shout out to Gladys Iswe Briggs, I hope I pronounced your name right. Shout out to Sis Gladys for inspiring today's video. I'll see you guys in my next one. Do have a fabulous day ahead. Bye guys.